Making guitar simple. With Porrick Mather, you can do this.
Thank you so much for visiting my YouTube channel. If you've recently started learning guitar, or if you are someone who is helping a beginner to learn guitar, you will notice that the two big obstacles they all face is how to change chords quickly and how to get their guitar sounding good as quickly as possible. In this video, I will show you 3 simple exercises that will help you hugely to improve both issues and will take no longer than 7 to 10 days to perfect. As with all my beginner videos, please pause the video now and place a capo on the 1st fret. Those of you learning from my guitar books, particularly in my videos, will see how much easier it is just by learning the skill. We can perfect the techniques that way, and once you have them, you can then remove your capo, and it's so much easier then to play them with an open guitar. Let's say a song starts with a D chord. The impression most beginners get is that you take the chord and do the strum pattern. And once you've completed the pattern, you will go to the next chord. I'm just picking C add 9 and you will do the pattern. But that's not what really happens in a song. There's an extra chord in between. If you listen to this chord, listen to this sound, and then this sound. I'll do it in an actual song context. Can you hear that extra sound? What really happens is that half of the chord change takes place during the last upstroke. If the 3 fingers were going to a full C, during the upstroke, half the chord change would take place, and then the last bit of the chord change takes place just as you're coming down to start. In this song we're using a C add 9 actually. I've put in a pivot finger to make it easier for beginners because it's always easier to change. When you have a finger in common with 2 chords, you don't move it. So let's stay with D, C add 9 to help you get this. To simplify this even more, here's exercise 1 to help you with this. The pattern is down, 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 up, down, up. So we're taking the 2 fingers that are going to move off the guitar for the last upstroke. Again. Again. You can also do it with the C add 9 actually. So please pause the video, practice that simple exercise with both chords, and then we will take it on to the next bit. Step 2. When you weren't doing this, when you finished your pattern, you were ready to strum the next chord, but the fingers had to come from here all the way up. In between chords, the fingers, as well as coming off the guitar, they actually travel in the direction of the next chord, wherever that may be. Let's say it was an E, they would travel in the direction of that chord during the last upstroke. And that can be muffed, but it's very important that the first strum on every chord sounds clearly. You can muff any other one and get away with it, but not the first strum. If you get it moving during the upstroke, you will see then that the plectrum is already nearly ready to start the next bar, and the fingers are nearly in place. So they only have to come from here in to get the chord, which makes it so much easier and to get your sound clear. So instead of being there when you're here, the fingers are already very close and the chord change is complete just before you go down. The second exercise for this then is to go down, 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 up, down, then pause, get the fingers on. So again, they've come off at the last second, and not just off, but they have travelled in the direction of the next chord. So you clearly hear there's a different sound between the two chords, which actually makes guitar much easier to play. If I speed that up, a guide to making sure you know you're doing this absolutely right. You will find it easier to get a nice clean sound on the first strum of each chord you go to. Please pause this video now and practice that exercise very slowly for the next minute or so, and then we will do the third and final step. We're nearly there. And the last step is when you're changing chords to make sure that your fingers do not come up in the air too much, that they stay close to the guitar. And the easiest way to accomplish that is to make sure that your hand is in that clawed position with your thumb on top and triangle. Keeping the hands clawed also keeps the fingers close to the guitar strings as you're moving back and forward, and already just by reducing that movement speeds up the chord change. If you watch me putting this together, I'm not off out here, I'm very close to the guitar. That's it. Once you understand that, you then apply that to every other chord change for the rest of your life. If you want evidence-based proof, just watch a video of your favorite guitar player anywhere in the world and look very closely and listen, and you will hear that little sound between the chords that makes it much easier to do it.